Hi, welcome to LSB Feasters Radio Channel, where we keep great radio from the past alive. And today, we're going to WLS in Chicago and John Records Landecker. Landecker, I mean, he's a radio legend. His radio career spans over 50 years. He's done it all. He's worked in Michigan. He's worked in Philadelphia, WIBG, CFTR, Toronto, Power 108 in Cleveland, and of course, several stations in Chicago, including WLS multiple times, WLUP, the Loop, G106, WCKG, WJMK, and today on 720 WGN. It's kind of cool just being able to hear his body of work. He's got so much creativity, and he's just so much fun to listen to. So if you're ready, let's go back with John Records Landecker on 89 WLS Chicago.
Fewer commercials mean more music on WLS.
I love you.
WLS, John Landecker, it's 2:46. Expanded traffic coverage to get you over the road hassle-free. We'll pick that up again next hour.
The boys ride against the wind. They're riding against the wind.
WLS, John Landecker in the afternoon at 2:52. WLS Music Radio 255 with John Landecker. Bud Miller joins us now with bizarre occurrences at Maine Township.
That's right. John, question of the hour. What's going on in Maine Township schools? Fire this afternoon, right about the time when most of the kids were having lunch at Maine East. Assistant Principal Ken Fallhaber.
It started in the basement area of our center court building.
The fire is now out. Ken, can you tell us how much damage was done?
I would say at this point we need to assess that a little more closely. I'm not really sure. We haven't gotten any comments from the insurance company one way or the other.
No one was hurt at Maine East. All the students were sent home early, and at the same time at Maine West, authorities questioning students, trying to find some leads on who is responsible for $50,000 worth of vandalism over the weekend. A reprieve on the RTA. Details after this.
Hey, welcome to Cell 11. Boy, have we got a deal for you.
What you want when you want it.
Listen, we're going to give you a free soda fountain drink with any sandwich you buy.
What you want when you want it.
Now, what do you think about that?
What you want when you want it.
I think it's wonderful. You bet it is. Participate in 7-Elevens like mine. Well, sir, all this month we're giving away a free 12-ounce cup of 7-Up soda fountain drink when you buy any sandwich. Like, for instance, the large ham and cheese.
I'm buying this burrito for my brother.
Yeah, well, burritos count, too. You get a free 7-Up soda fountain soft drink for your brother.
He loves 7-Up and 7-Eleven burritos.
Well, it's real nice of you to think of him. But here's your free 7-Up.
Well, thank you.
Sir, you're drinking it. I thought your brother wanted that 7-Up.
Well, he does.
Well, then why don't you give it to him?
Because I don't like him.
Oh.
Never did.
What you want when you want it. Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven.
Free 7-Up soda fountain drink with any sandwich. All right.
The RTA has delayed a fare hike set for April 1st. Board member Ken Sane has been opposed all along to fare increases, as the fares contribute more to the funding of the transit system in Chicago than anywhere else.
To ask our general public to assume more, I think, is irresponsible on our part, and as a number of the directors have mentioned to you, don't forget, our system covers the commuter railroads. Right now, some of our commuter railroads, the fares are paying 76% of the cost. Now, how much more are we to put on our riding public?
Generally, board members seem to be expecting the legislature to come up with an answer to the funding problem before the end of the month. Mayor Byrne had something to say today about the RTA decision to defer fare hikes.
As she left today's city council meeting, Mayor Byrne endorsed the CTA decision not to raise fares as planned.
Well, I think it's terrific. I said all along that I did not think that we should pass this on to the rider, and we aren't, evidently.
And as a small gesture of help, the mayor has advanced some $3 million of motor fuel tax funds to the CTA to help get them through the current financial squeeze. This is Jim Johnson.
Illinois Insurance Director wants authority to prevent excessive rates. Philip O'Connor proposing a law that would give his agency power to halt price gouging and also would encourage competition. O'Connor says Illinois has an image of the Dodge City of insurance pricing. Officials still trying to identify some of the victims from the weekend fire in the Uptown area. They're afraid some of them may never be identified. As they tell us, the residents of that building were not the types who stayed in touch with friends and relatives. Airlines taking a cue from the auto business, cutting prices to boost sales. TWA says it's cutting fares as much as 70% on most domestic flights from April 20th through May 31st. Our State Department says Russia was partially responsible for the hijacking of the Pakistani jetliner. Bill Dias of the State Department noting that the hijackers arrived in Kabul armed with pistols and left armed with machine guns. There's some irony in this story. The American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees says President Reagan's budget cuts will hit hard in Reagan's hometown of Dixon. The union predicts the loss of nearly 500 jobs at the Dixon Developmental Center, Dixon's leading employer, and that will boost the unemployment rate in Dixon by about 10%. WLS Sports, there are 7 games tonight, which will conclude round 2 of the National Invitational Tournament, including Dayton at Purdue. The 48 teams that started NCAA tournament play are now down to 16, and half of the top 20 seeded teams were defeated in opening play. Play resumes Thursday and Friday. Santa Ana Register newspaper says UCLA basketball head coach Larry Brown will quit to take over as head coach of the NBA New Jersey Nets. Chicago Bulls, coming off their last long road trip of the season, have 7 games left to play. Any combination of 4 Chicago wins and Washington losses will put the Bulls in the playoffs for the first time since 1977. Exhibition baseball today, White Sox against the New York Mets at St. Petersburg. The Cubs against the California Angels at Mesa, Arizona. Nice turnaround on Wall Street from mixed at the opening to lower in the morning to way higher in the afternoon. The Dow Industrial's up 12 points with over 37 million shares traded. WLS radar weather, partly cloudy tonight, partly sunny tomorrow. Tonight's low 28, high tomorrow 44. WLS temperature officially now is 39 degrees. This is Bud Miller, WLS News.
Music Radio WLS Chicago.
Time to let that proving begin. The Michael Stanley Band with John Records Landecker 307 at WLS Music Radio. My telephone number is 591-3089. We're on those lines now, and if you don't know, if we like your phone call, we put it on the radio, and God knows we'll talk about anything. I want to send you and a friend to the Academy Awards ceremony. I have movie trivia questions to answer. Not only this afternoon, but throughout the week, and we'll get the first one of those questions on in just a moment, but I gotta tell you, you're brought up to believe that athletics are only a game, and win or lose, it's how you play the game and all that stuff, but I'm going to talk, you know what I'm going to talk about, the Blue Demons. Such a sad picture in the newspaper today of Terry Grubbs holding Ray Meyer's hand. Did you see that? Oh, woof. They're coming off the airplane at O'Hare, and there's Grubbs, who's, 6'5"? He's holding Ray Meyer's hand. They're walking in. Oh, God, it's so sad. Oh, and then, of course, there's Aguirre there with his Sony Walkman on, so he doesn't have to talk to anybody. Those 2 little headsets that he wore. Some reporters said that they were connected to a transistor radio. Though that's not connected to a transistor. That's goes to show you how much sports reporters know about rock and roll. That's connected to a Sony Walkman. Or in this case, a limp man, maybe. Anyway, it's a real sad picture. I just want to say, welcome back, guys, and forget about it. In the long run, it won't mean nothing. Besides, the WLS 89ers came from behind and won over the weekend. More details on that. My life was threatened on the court. Coming up later on today.
Rapture, the new single from Blondie's Auto American, available on Chrysalis Records and Tapes.
Available at all Sound Warehouse locations.
If you've been noticing a certain motorcycle lately that brought your eyeballs to a complete halt and a quick about face, that would be Yamaha's new Virago. You've probably noticed it's a V-twin, lean and mean and slinky as a snake with a low center of gravity to match. You noticed it's the only V-twin you ever laid eyes on that has a monocoque frame and shaft drive. And of course you've noticed there's an empty swing arm where the shock absorbers ought to be, thanks to the one and only monoshock suspension we borrowed from our road racers. Now, having noticed all this, you're going to have to do one of two things. Get your hands on a Virago, or risk a case of whiplash every time you see one.
Music Radio WLS.
Fewer commercials mean more music on WLS. WLS is 318. John Landecker in the afternoon. The things we do for love, not to mention the things we love to do. 321 with John Landecker. 5 albums of your choice and a chance to win a rock-filled jukebox. See if you're up to Brant Miller's Rock Challenge tonight after 7 o'clock. First installment of Homebound Traffic's coming up. It's bonus day for WLS card numbers, and I got my telephones on the air here at 591-3089 in seconds.
The WLS 7-Up High School Team of the Week.
The Palatine Pirates earned a trip to the DeKalb Super Sectional game where they come from behind. 49-46 win over Crown in the Frem Sectional Friday night. Guard Ed Curtin's three-point play along with baskets by John Kelly and John Schrager rallied the Pirates from a 5-point deficit to a 2-point lead. The win also snapped Crown's 25-game winning streak. Congratulations to Coach Ed Molitor and the Palatine Pirates from WLS and 7-Up.
Hey, Buckaroo, get your tickets and go to Stetson World's Toughest Rodeo. There's bucking and bronking and flying through the air. That's rodeo, son. It'll curl your hair. Saddle broncs and bucking bulls. Clowning around and pretty girls. Get out the jeans and Stetson hat, because Rosemont Horizon's where the action's at. April 2 through 5, a 4-day run. Get your tickets at Chicagoland Ticketron. Charge them by phone, but don't be slow. Call 635-9800. See ya April 2nd through 5th at Rosemont Horizon, partner.
Tickets now. Horizon box office and Ticketron.
Peggy Fleming.
What's the matter?
I fell and the ice is so hard.
Well, maybe a piece of nice soft Trident will help you feel better.
Cinnamon. It's so soft.
And remember, 4 out of 5 dentists surveyed recommend sugarless gum for their patients who chew gum.
Peggy, could I have another piece?
Another piece?
In case I fall again.
Trident sugarless gum, recommended by moms like Peggy Fleming who care about teeth. Let's go out for dinner tonight.
But
You don't deserve to spend your evening washing dishes and scrubbing pans.
Well-
Just drop everything and let's go to McDonald's.
Okay.
Don't make dinner. Make it McDonald's. Hey, Brooke.
Yeah, John.
You don't have to spend the evening washing pans and doing the floor.
Oh, I hope not.
Let's drop everything and
Yes?
let's do the traffic now.
Oh, that's a okay. Rush hour is off to a very good start this afternoon. The only expressway with congestion to report is the Dan Ryan. Traffic is stop and go out to Roosevelt Road. Stop and go again in all lanes, 59th to 71st. Under 20 minutes in the express lanes from Roosevelt to 95th. It's a 15-minute trip on the Stevenson from the Ryan out to Harlem. Under 20 minutes on the Eisenhower from the post office to Wolf Road. The Kennedy under 20 minutes from Ontario to Mannheim. And the Edens 15 minutes from Montrose to Dundee. That's WLS Traffic. I'm Brooke Belson.
I'm John Landecker. I need my telephone. WLS.
Is this John Landecker?
It is. It is. It is.
Oh, I don't believe it. I've tried to reach you for 4 years.
Amazing.
Oh, you're like my best friend. Do you have a good relationship with Steve Dow?
Yes, I have a great relationship with Steve Dahl. We share all the housework. You know, that's important to have a continuing relationship. And like if he does the floors, I do the windows. And we don't really demand sex from one another. We just follow the feeling.
same with Larry Lujak, right?
No, Larry and I have never had a relationship.
No?
No.
Yeah, can you play Sailing for me by Christopher Cross?
I doubt it very much because we're currently in the midst of a Christopher Cross backlash.
Oh, all right.
You know, because he won all those Grammy Awards and we hear all his songs all the time.
All right, thank
I
you,
don't
bye.
think we'll be getting to that. Besides, Steve doesn't like it if I play it at home.
WLS.